So this is the start of the development drawing videos. This is the first one that I did, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this idea to this larger A3 paper. With this one I'm going to keep pretty much as is, you know, the illustration, but we're going to add more detail and maybe some extra details that aren't present there, but I'm going to keep it black and white illustration. So let's get on with it. Like any drawing, obviously it needs sketching, but I've got that initial ink sketch in that sketch pad drawn out for us, so I can just try and copy that and maybe add some of my own little extra bits to it just to make it a bit more detailed, I suppose. As usual, like the beginning sketches or the quick sketch that I did previously in that small sketchbook, sometimes like the drawing is way better than the drawing that I attempt to draw from, you know, like this one, but this one turned out not so bad, although I can see some areas that I should have spent a bit more time on at the end, but I'm just like sketching through and trying to build up the overall shape of the, you know, thing. I've speeded up slightly, just like ×2, which isn't the fastest speed. As you can see, you know, I'm just like sketching the overall details and things and trying to flesh things out. Just making it slightly different from what the initial sketch was. Sketching lightly as well. I'll just change the camera there just to focus on the bottom jaw of it. It's like Demon's Head. Drawn a lot of these over the years, and I just like the idea of like a horned demon, but maybe like one of the horns like broken off, and there's these bits of tentacles or something, just to, you know, maybe add to it. I don't know. It's got no body, it's just tentacles. It just seems like a fun little sketch. If I was to draw this again, because I drew this about, I think it was a year and a half ago, I can, you know, see some of the flaws and some of the things that I wouldn't really draw that way, you know, to be honest now. But I'd draw like some more tentacles and maybe, I don't know, maybe fill up the page with lots of tentacles. That's probably what I'd do if I was to redraw this. So yeah, this, you know, there's an old sort of series that I wanted to do, and so I thought I'd just post a few that I've got, and then maybe that'll hopefully make me work on all the others within that small sketchbook. Some were good, some were a bit bad, but I think that the whole thing is about like redesigning it and just see, you know, exactly what I can try and draw. Just try and improve the drawings. I'm using a real chunky Sharpie marker there. It's one of the bullet tip ones. I think the ones that I bought was real cheap, so I think they ran out because I used them quite a lot, but I'll have to get some more, so I think they're really good, you know, for filling in large areas and thicker sort of lines. So I just switched to a Copic multiliner for the teeth and trying to fill in like other details, but I don't know if you've ever tried to draw teeth with one of them thick Sharpie markers, it just won't work, so it's best to draw with a thinner ink pen, because you can always build up areas thicker in layers later on if you wanted to as well. So that's why I like to work, you know, with different ink pens, different thicknesses and stuff like that. So yeah, if I was to draw this again, I'd probably give it a black background, or maybe grey tones or something like that. This is the way that I used to draw, but now I try and plan things a bit more. I sometimes do like one sketch here and there, but if it's a good idea, then I think it's best to do a few different sketches of your idea and just see what works best, you know, that way. But yeah, I think I started, I'm sure this is only a couple of years ago I did this, especially when I did that small sketchbook. It was like a horror sketchbook ideas or something like that. I did a playlist of it. If you wanna, I'll put a link to it in the description, and maybe annotate it here and somewhere, and just yeah, check that out, because I'll be redrawing some of them ideas, well, all of them ideas hopefully. There was some real bad ones, so I'll have to rethink the way that I originally sketched them, but this was one of the better ones that started off, and the second one was a good one as well, which you'll see later on when I edit, you know, some of the earlier videos. I still need to finish off the series, but I thought I'd just try and do these and just get them out there, because they're taking up space on my hard drive, and I'd like to get things just moving along really. And plus it's a video that I've already done, so I thought it'd best just to get on with it. So using the thicker Sharpie marker there just to fill in all that space. In this day and age, I probably wouldn't fill in all that black space. I don't really know. I'd probably fill in, like, you know, the top areas, just like where the teeth are, maybe with some of that thicker marker, and then cross hatch some of the rest, and, you know, use the white pen just to do them, you know, spit bits, you know, and drips and stuff. Yeah, definitely it was a more of a experimental way of drawing that I used to draw, you know. Just adding some shadow on them, like tentacle things. Shadow and a bit of like texture, like, so you can see some of them wrinkles on them tentacles and things. Like I said, if I was to redraw this, I'd do way more tentacles than I did. But it's just a design, it's a sketch idea sort of thing, so I'm not too worried about it. It's in a large sketchbook, so I can refer to it still, maybe add to it as I go along, you know, because I feel I've you know, improved at my artwork, particularly like skulls and demons and things, just cleaning up a lot of the marks just around the teeth, you know, bits that I couldn't get, you know, with a thicker marker. There's that white pen. Try and add a little bit here and there, but sometimes it doesn't really go over certain areas of the Sharpie marker, it just turns grey. So just takes some experimenting really. I did some little cross hatching that I used to do around the gum line, but I don't really do that much anymore. It's, you know, something that I sort of don't do anymore. Now I just like darken a lot of the root of the teeth just to make it more thicker, more rooted into the, you know, the gum there, and you know, it's, you know, just the way that I draw now is still the same, but I can see small little differences in the way I draw. And looking back on this video I did, I think it was 1.5 years ago or 2 years ago, I can really see. Plus I was just getting to grips with you know, using a tripod, and because before that I just hold the camera with my hand and draw with the other hand, so that was a bit, you know, one of them I don't know. I wish I'd used a tripod earlier and just got to grips with the angles and things, but I could never get to grips with it, to be honest. But at least I use a tripod now, and you know, it just frees up your hands, you know, both your hands, just to get on with the artwork. And plus you can stop the camera anytime and, you know, rearrange the camera angle and things like that. That's what I like to do a bit more of now, and I probably will do more stuff like that. I should have used a thicker ink pen to do all this hatching just around the frown lines and under the eyes, but I think it looked alright. But I should have used a thicker one. I can't remember exactly which thickness ink pen I used, but it was a Copic multiliner anyway. So using that Sakura Jelly Roll ink pen, I've got quite a few of them, I quite like them. Good pens. It's for going over dark areas. I think I've got a bit better at adding them white highlights. It wasn't too bad. It looks like cobwebs in the eyes, but I didn't particularly like the way I did them in the eyes there, but you learn by what you do anyway, so it's, you know, if you don't like it then you probably won't do much of that next time. But hopefully this video series will you'll be able to see like the difference, you know, the differences between the initial sketches that I did in that tiny sketchbook. It was like an A5 type sketchbook. You know, like there's more of a development with these larger drawings, and that's really what I wanted to do, a video series on, and maybe show different ways of tackling a drawing and changing things, because some of these drawings that I've done will have to be changed and made a bit better than how I originally sketched them anyway. So but that's the drawing process, and that's what I wanted to show with these videos. I can't wait to go back through some of the sketches in that sketchbook actually, because it's like revisiting a small sketchbook that I haven't seen for a while, so I can always go back to it. I just add in loads of thin details and then horns. So, you know, that horn on the side is broken. There's some smaller little spike horns there on the top of the skull. I should have done them a bit thicker, but yeah, well, it's already done now. just slime and other stuff. I suppose now I do way more detail. I suppose, over the top details. And there we go. I thought I'd just leave it there, and yeah, it turned out not so good, but I quite liked it from the original drawing, at least. Anyway, yeah, if I was to do this again, I'd add way more detail than I originally did, and maybe colour it in grey tones. Now, cheers now.